Welcome to Thought for the Week. The great scrum we sometimes see around famous people on the news is nothing new. It was just the same in first century Palestine. Our short gospel this weekend, is from Mark, and it's just as frantic as anything you might have seen on the news. The disciples had come back from their first mission and were gathered around Jesus, telling him excitedly of all that they had said and done. And we are told that they were pressed by the crowds, and with all the coming and going, they didn't have time even to sit down and eat. They probably didn't have time to think. Jesus is quiet in the middle of all this chaos and simply says to his disciples, "Come away to a deserted place all by yourselves and rest a while." But that proves impossible. The crowd sees them trying to get away in a boat and anticipates where they're going and runs round on the shore and gets there before they arrive. By this time, we're told there was a vast crowd. Did Jesus get tetchy? "Look, we're trying to get away for a bit. Please just leave us in peace." No. We're told that he had compassion on them because they were like sheep without a shepherd, and he began to teach them many things. He had all the time in the world for them. After that, they tried to sail away a little further, but even as they were getting out of the boat in faraway Gennesaret, people at once recognized him and rushed about the whole region and began to bring the sick on mats to wherever they heard he was. And it spread faster than crowdsourcing on the net. Wherever Jesus went, in cities or farms, they laid the sick out before him and begged that they might touch even the fringe of his cloak. And all who touched it were healed. Now, we're told in several places in Mark's Gospel that Jesus went out into the hills to pray. Unlike you or me, he carried that quietness of being open to and filled with the love of the Father into the desperate scramble of human need that was all around him. He carried both the divine quietness and the human need with him, even into Gethsemane in the moonlight, when he knew his death was imminent. That's Jesus. What about us? In the frantic rush of this world, where everything seems to be happening all at once, and all in an echo chamber of mindless opinion and hate on our social media, we need to hear every day what Jesus said to his first disciples. Come away to a deserted place all by yourselves and rest a while. That deserted place could even be a chair in a quiet corner of your house. It doesn't matter where. The deserted place is within. Such a move into quietness is always a gift of God in the first place. But at the same time, we need to work at it. And if other things press in on us, as they sometimes will, try to trust that the gracious presence of the Lord is even there in what we might think are interruptions or distractions. Thomas à Kempis wrote back in the 15th century, long before our mobile phones and instant world news, "Vanity is to love what is passing at full speed. In other words, to be taken in, hooked by and roughed and tumbled by everything all happening at once." He said, "Vanity is to love what is passing at full speed and not hasten to where true joy awaits." That place is, of course, the same destination as the shepherds as they came to the cradle where Jesus is in the quietness.